That's
Oh,
fine.
I'm already live.
Live.
I'm live, but y'all can't be heard on my side yet.
Do
Okay,
y'all
I
know
went live.
what number we're on?
17.
Potato.
17?
17.
Potato 17.
I may have cheated and looked at my VOD for last week to know where we were, or 2 weeks ago.
I already had to change my screen title to it, so.
It works.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out names for the session, and I was like, I know it's session 17, but I want to give it a funky name.
Sound
Meteor
alert
gave
was
me
messing at you, Allie.
what? What's wrong with sound alerts?
There's a new update. Apparently everything's updated. Anyways, hello everybody.
Oh no.
I'm tired of updates.
Is
Aloha.
everyone live and can hear everybody?
No anymore.
Yes. Everybody should be audible on my end.
Thank you, Tony Toes, for being
I'm-
first.
Yeah.
Hello everybody. Welcome back to this perfectly fun start to our session 17 for In the Demon's
I'm
Grasp.
gonna cry at all these updates.
Absolute
Absolutely
chaos.
nothing has gone wrong. Nothing.
Absolute
heard nothing.
chaos.
If y'all tell me D&D Beyond has an update, I will lose my freak. I will lose my freak.
It did not tell me there's an update. I think you're safe on that
Okay.
one.
Darn, I was about to say, well, you say that.
I don't even have
I
D&D
will
Beyond
throw
open
you
yet.
into this game, Dragon. You will be able
It
to fight
depends
your
on
own
when you last
creations.
opened it, so, you know.
Well, our last session, we couldn't do any rolls
Yeah, the
in...
rolls were weird.
Has that been fixed yet?
No,
Oh,
Let's
when I
see.
loaded
What was one
when I
of
loaded
our
up
failed
D&D
rolls? Let's see
Beyond,
here.
it was saves and skills. Attacks
When I loaded
worked
up-
fine.
when I loaded up D&D Beyond, it did say that there is another tab opened up, and it did say that there is a update to the extension, so
Oops.
that could be fixed.
I still cannot do saving throws, it looks like.
Sorry, but
Ah,
did you
try.
fix the things?
I didn't. I forgot.
Oh, good
Well,
job.
he's the reason why.
Oh, no. We were testing something else out. I guess I'm the
Yeah.
only one who could do saving throws then.
We can put
I
them
can do
into
saving
roll
throws.
20 on the character sheets in there and roll it from there.
I can do
That's a new
those.
error. I tried to open the game log, and I got Beyond 20 not recognized in the currently open sidebar.
Oops.
That's a
shit's
new
in-
one.
Yep,
So
I still
everything's
can't.
working great.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
things
No,
are
it's
still
not.
broke.
Everything's bonked.
Yep, D&D
I'm-
Beyond still can't do the...
Oh, there we go. Now I can see the game log.
Okay, as long as y'all trust all the NPCs and don't need to roll any insight, you're good, right?
I don't trust you.
Right.
I don't trust you.
So,
What makes you think I'm gonna trust the NPCs?
so, anyways, let me herd the cats back now. Meteor got
Meow.
an insight check, so yeah.
I rolled insight on the DM.
I'm telling the
Dragon,
truth.
that's the wrong side of the coin. We don't have the kitties today. We have the bunnies.
The bunnies.
All right.
You gotta herd the bunnies, not the kitties.
So when last we left, the group had just defeated the Green Hags, who were trying to take advantage of them and send them after this person, or nightmare, or unicorn, or something that they're still not quite sure about yet.
Banrion.
Yeah.
That thing.
And we stopped just after the combat had ended, and so that'll be where we pick up. Is
Loot! All the things!
the people are down. There are 3 dryads around the corner that Naya has seen. So what do y'all wish to do?
Did we loot yet?
No.
No.
We have
We
not.
loot all the
Okay.
things.
I immediately come over and start looting Mother Stag and Mother Mole.
Okay, y'all want to do it individually, or you want to do as a group, or
I say group. 10 minutes.
I wouldn't say 10 minutes when there's dryads waiting for us.
Yeah, I wouldn't take 10 on this.
who's got the best roll?
I have plus
Um,
0.
What are
What
we
do you-
rolling?
What are we
Investigation.
rolling?
For investigation.
Investigation, I'm 0.
Oh, high when my rolls went through. It went through with advantage, which is weird. Didn't tell
Oh,
us to do
those were
that.
fine. It was just the saves and the
My investigation's a -1.
Well, yeah, but I
the
only
dex
pressed the
checks.
button once and it rolled twice.
Ow.
Weird.
How odd. We are definitely not having any issues, right?
Yeah.
We're professionals.
No
we got
technical
this.
difficulties.
We're professionals. It's the
Investigation.
professional things.
Colfax has the best with a +3.
So let's
does?
have Colfax roll.
With advantage, please.
22.
22. Okay. Y'all search around. Tell me exactly where you're looking and what you're looking for or at or in.
Colfax and I will be over by Mother Stag and Mother Mole. We're definitely grabbing. No, we already have the eye and destroyed it.
Y'all destroyed
It's
the
a-
eye.
Yeah,
I wasn't here.
Yeah, they did.
we
Y'all
had
destroyed
to.
the eye. It blinded them.
Um.
It wasn't fun for the hags.
Yeah, so we're
Okay,
We're
so
looting
searching the bodies.
Stag and
Searching the bodies on Mother Stag, you find 2 small glass spheres
small spheres.
that look
Ears.
kind of like, they're about the same size as an eyeball.
Okay, so when you say about the same size as an eyeball, do you mean like it can hold an eyeball, or it's literally the same size as an eyeball?
It feels pretty solid. It's the same size as an eyeball.
Okay. Like a glass eye?
It doesn't look like an eye.
Yeah, it's not painted or
It's a
anything,
glass
but it's
sphere.
Yeah, it's just about that size.
So basically a mid-sized alley.
Okay. Anything
Ah!
else?
In the pouches
I did that
are
on purpose.
the pouches that are hanging from her horns have
Words cannot
general
describe the face I'm making
aromatics
right now.
in it. Nothing really to note there.
Okay.
Mother Mole has several teacups that are tucked up and under her her. I guess you'd call it a cowl, but it's more of a robe. But it goes down the length of her body. I mean, y'all saw their pictures before.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Skunk doesn't seem to have anything of note on her. All 3 of them are carrying
Bacon!
magical pouches for holding magic components, but there's nothing really of note from them outside of those 2 spheres.
And all the bags on them seem like normal bags, right?
Correct. You can reach in, you can see the bottom.
Okay.
Although taking the component pouches might be interesting. You never know what we might need.
I've been muted. Sorry. I was asking if we know what the spears are. Anything about them at all? Because I may have missed that.
You just said they
Nothing
were.
major of note. They just look like 2 perfectly spherical.
Can we tell what
glass
they're
spheres
Okay,
about
glass.
the size of an eye.
color?
Is there anything in it?
Are they
Clear.
clear glass?
Yes.
Okay.
Can
Polished clear, as in you can
attempt-
see through them. They're not musty. You don't notice any imperfections or anything like that.
So mini crystal balls.
Yeah, I kind of half wondering if they're crystal balls. Yeah.
Can I try to collect the pieces of the eye that we smashed?
It's a goopy mess. Are you sure you want to put your hands in
is
that?
it goopy?
Yes,
a
it's
goopy mess.
exploded goopy mess.
Hmm.
Does anybody have complaints about me putting the spears in the haversack?
Nope.
Midnight's gonna dip her finger in it.
Ew!
Smell it.
Let's see who had it.
Kalina's gonna go over to the dryads and be like, "Hello, you okay?"
Yes.
Before that, Naya, can you please give me a perception check with advantage?
Oh, before I put them in the bag. Okay.
You put the spheres in the bag?
He said before
Spears.
that.
Okay.
26.
While you are getting things up and putting things, something on One of Mother Stag's horns catches your eye. It seems to glint a little bit, and upon further investigation, like rubbing it off, one tip of her horn appears to be stuck on, as if it's not actually part of the horn. It's caked in mud, but wiping the mud and everything off, it appears to be a jeweled horn that's somehow hung on the tip of her horn.
Can I carefully try to remove it?
You can.
Okay.
It's jeweled in ivory. You would guess it's probably, worth a nice, pretty penny, but it definitely seems kind of odd considering her having kept it so near. So,
Out of character, does anyone need this thing for a spell component? Or am I
I
putting it in
don't
the
know.
bag?
Jeweled horn?
I don't think so.
We might need the jewels for something later on, so I just hold on to it for right now.
I don't.
as a cleric, you would know that these are probably a spell component for the spell clairvoyance.
Aha! Okay. Then yes, that will go in the haversack.
Okay. Is there an entrance to this tree here, Firedale?
No, that appears to be a solid tree.
Okay. Do I still sense the creature up here at all?
No.
Okay.
Remember,
You
you
haven't.
couldn't sense through the tree.
Yep. Okay, so now, after having found that on Mother Stag, now we can continue on to the Dryads.
Okay.
So, Kalina, you round the corner, you see one Dryad laying on the ground, appearing to be somewhat stiff, trying to keep herself from moving much. Two other Dryads are hovering over her head. They both look up at you. The other one kind of squints between one open eye and seems to visibly relax.
Hi, are you guys okay?
I come up behind Kalina.
We
Did-
are. We are.
Oh, they speak common. Okay. I don't know what to say now. I know Naya wants to do some questions.
You need help?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix my stream real quick. Okay. I think it's better now.
Yay. So you say, "Are you okay?" And all three of them say, "We are. We are."
Threes
I'm
again.
glad to hear.
We are.
Are they emanating Fae?
They are.
They are Fae.
Just they could be fiends in disguise.
You gave Firedale another reason to say they are. How dare? How dare you?
Butter says, "Do you need help?"
In what?
In
What
Listen-
language?
Sylvan.
I'm talking common to them. They're literally speaking common.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they're
fine.
saying we are. Butter speaks up in Sylvan, says, "Do you need help?" All three kind of shake their head. The one laying on the ground does pull out what appears to be a small toothpick off of her leg and gives Butter an interesting look before throwing the tiny arrow to the side and stands up and dusts herself off.
Yeah, you put her to sleep.
Thank you. My bad. He picks it up and puts it back in his
Can
quiver.
you tell
She
us
says-
what happened here?
Besides the fight, obviously.
I am also speaking in Sylvan.
Okay,
Ow.
so everybody
Sure,
who doesn't
leave
has
me
no
out
clue
of
what's
it.
going on.
I spoke to them in Sylvan earlier, so.
Yep.
It also is.
Kalina's
likely
just
that
gonna
they
look
can
at you
trust
two and
more if you
pout.
can speak Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
Where should I begin? Says the one who had just stood up off the ground. It seems to have fallen out of the largest of the trees.
Are they speaking Sylvan or Common?
Sylvan.
Okay. To
they
be
said
fair
what?
to the rest of our companions, would you be comfortable telling your story in common?
I'm afraid neither of us know that language.
And how did they answer me?
They probably know certain phrases, but not speak the language.
There's also body language associated with "Are you okay?" or "Do you need help?" So
True.
they may have been going off body language. I also asked them the same question earlier,
Uh-huh.
um, so they may have deciphered from that.
Butter's gonna fly over to the one that got shot with my arrow,
Uh-huh.
and Sylvan is gonna say, "Does it hurt?" And she's gonna try to touch the wound.
That's fine. She shakes her head no and allows the touch just fine.
Heart sight,
Do
DC 16 Charisma saving throw.
do
All right,
please
so
tell me that come through.
Yep, 15.
15.
So they fail.
You get neutral.
Neutral. Okay.
what I will do is once they mention that they don't know common, I will relay that to the rest of the group that doesn't speak Sylvan. Be like, they seem to only speak. They don't know common.
We were told by Banrion that if we're asked for help or need the word help, to say we are in need of help.
They've been told to respond to the word help. To say that they need in help. They're in need of help. Even if they do not necessarily understand the question. And I'm relaying that to Kalina basically. And then I will begin speaking in Sylvan again to them. And be like, okay, I think I've explained
She adjusts and the
why they can't
intonation
explain.
of her words change and she speaks in Elvish and says, "Is this perhaps better?"
Naya also understands that one and looks over to see if Kalina has recognition or anybody else.
I do.
Butter speaks Elvish. I do not.
Man, what
I
type of
do.
fae am I? I can't speak
So
shit.
Butter could translate for me.
Well, technically,
Theoretically.
neither of those languages are fair.
Hi. I understood that one.
I
Good.
think that one
good.
might be better.
Okay.
Butter and I nod.
Okay.
Can't you just do the
Since Faye
telepathic
can't
link?
hear-
I
Since-
don't have that spell.
No, I meant
Colfax
midnight
also
and
speaks Sylvan and Elvish.
Since Faye
So
can't
the
speak
only-
anything, she's just going to be leaning up against the tree
Elvish,
with her.
Sylvan. Yeah, Phelan. Nobody has a common one other than common.
Yeah, she's just going to lean up against the tree with her hands behind her head and just let them do
Everybody
their thing.
except Kalina and Phelan can speak Sylvan. Yeah, Phelan knows all the interesting languages.
The ones that we're not using right now, yep.
Mhm.
So they continue to speak in Elvish and Elven, and said, "So where should we begin?"
I have a question. Who is
Yeah.
Banrion?
Benrion is the unicorn that was brought here when we were as well.
I was going to ask more along the lines of when did the hags show up?
Can I insight that statement?
You can.
Where is it? Yes.
I was gonna get to that
8.
question, Naya. Or Lily. I wanted to see what their answer was to it.
Okay.
Okay.
You detect no deception,
Okay.
or you do not detect deception, I should say.
Yep.
The skies opened up from our home in the Feywild, and suddenly we found our grove here. This wasn't where it was supposed to be, and we've been trying to restrain its energy ever since.
And who are these hags?
These ghastly sisters showed up one day, stole our names, trying to take over the forest. They ran Banrion off towards what I think is an old settlement.
Interesting.
How long ago did they arrive?
2 winters, maybe.
And how long have you been here?
8, 9. She
Okay.
taps her chin. 9. 9 winters we've been here. 9 shifts of the leaves.
Firedale,
Yes.
out of character question. What
Uh-huh.
season was it when we went in on our little chase into
Fall.
the tree?
Fall.
Okay.
It was absolutely
it was
fall
definitely
because it was getting ready for the birthday, the fall feast.
I just couldn't quite remember. All right.
Yeah, that's one thing I definitely do remember from back then. Me and my bad memory. Yes, it was definitely fall back then.
Okay. What's the
Oh.
current season?
It is currently as in here as far as you can tell fall.
Okay.
Based on the leaves as y'all were getting by, remember it's starting to get chilly, but it's not icy. So it's
if
definitely
they've
cool.
experienced 2 winters, then it's coming close to 3 years.
They've been here 8. But the
Yeah, I
hags
meant
were here
the
too.
hags, yeah.
The hags, Banrion left to speak with somebody or had a meeting, and while Banrion was gone, the hags took over. That hasn't been too long ago. It's been maybe 2, 3 rotations of the moon.
3 months.
3
Okay.
full moons.
Also, Firedale,
Yes.
has Drema reappeared next to Good Boy?
Yes.
Okay.
See,
Any other
Okay.
questions for the dryads?
They're kind of, they look like they're out of, I want to say, breath or energy. They look very disheveled and somewhat in a weakened state. So they definitely don't look, like the big trees that they should be, and they appear to be relaxed around you. I mean, they're quite
I'm
open about
going
everything.
to cast a prayer of healing. It's
Okay.
a 2nd level spell. And it's
Alright.
going to hit 6 creatures of my choice that I can see within range.
Okay.
So, has any of our party taken damage? I am going to get the dryads in this.
I'm
That'll be
good.
3.
I'm full, so don't need to
I'm a
target
little
me.
hurt, so I'll
I
probably
think
get
you were the
myself.
only one that was really hurt.
Okay. Good, according to plan then.
According to my character sheet, got a little hurt, but it ain't that bad. It's
Well,
literally like
just
2 hit
get
points.
within 30 feet of me and then you can heal. Because I can get 6 people
Where are you? Oh.
by the dryads.
We'll
Oh, that
assume
makes
she
sense.
says, I'm going to heal and you move up in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gonna
I
move
will
over here.
exaggerate the casting of the prayer of healing so that everyone knows what I'm doing. I am broadcasting it, which is fair because it does take 10 minutes to cast. So I will sit here and cast that and let y'all know, okay, well, while you discuss, I'm going to go ahead and prepare some healing if you would like to stay close.
Me over here struggling to find a solitary spot for Phelan.
So you got 10 minutes while I'm casting to get close enough. You got time.
So she speaks up and says,
She's gonna be behind a tree. There we go.
Unlike the hag, I am the true mother stag. They stole our names whenever they confined us to the trees here to do their bidding of the forest. It's been quite rough, so it was quite interesting and a sin from the goddesses and the gods that be that you showed up when you did.
Confined? I'll
The
look
hags,
confused.
the hags had some magic hold over the forest, and no matter what we could do, we couldn't get it to go away.
We were attacked on the way here, on the way to go find Bandrion, actually, by a
She
tree
looks
named
quite
Father
concerned.
Oak.
Oh, not Father Hope too. Please tell me he's okay.
We didn't do any lasting damage.
She
He
looks
should be fine.
she looks concerned and relieved at the same time.
If he is still worse for the wear when we pass by again, I will see to it that he recovers.
Please do, please do.
We were in a hurry to get out of his radius because he was being quite aggressive.
Since they had kept us here and were draining us of our energies, I'm afraid that we weren't able to hold back the energies of the Fae that was leaking out of our grove, and I'm not sure how far it's spread by now. Please tell me everything is okay outside.
I don't know if we can do that.
I'm going to withdraw one of our flowers that were half correct.
Oh, she looks very concerned at that, as do the other two at the same time, and says, "It's we're so sorry. We've tried so hard. The hags, they 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 just look very saddened at the fact that nature is being ruined by their grove's power."
This was outside of the grove, by the
Excellent.
way.
Yeah, this was outside the grove bounds.
We found these before we passed into the forest. And then when
That's
we did, it was like the
that's what
flowers were
we've been trying
perfect.
to prevent.
They're apologizing for the power leaking out of the grove.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be contained.
Have you seen Banrion? Have you met Banrion yet?
We haven't yet. We got waylaid while under attack by Father Oak by
Oh no.
The
the
hags.
We're on our way
false.
there.
We've not been able to look or see or send any messengers about with all the minions of the hag and the power that they have over everything.
Well, if you give me a few more minutes here.
While
When
this
does my
talk,
prayer of healing kick in, Firedown?
It's 10 minutes, so it'll be a
Yeah.
little bit.
Because I
Well-
can. It's not concentration, but I can't cast sending while I'm casting that. I gotta do one at a time here.
while this talk is going on,
Uh-huh.
and before the 10 minutes up, two things. I want Colfax to search Mother Skunk, since we
Uh-huh.
never searched her.
It,
And
I included the stuff from Mother Skunk when,
Oh, okay,
when the
perfect.
others, because y'all searched the bodies.
and then Midnight is gonna do just a loop around the trees, see if anything pops up on her sight.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary walking around. Can you please give me a perception check?
Yeah.
Hi, Matman.
8.
On the back of the tree, around there where you see the green bit, it seems unusually green for the rest of the trees that have mostly kept the moss and the grass at bay there, because of the cover and everything, casting quite a shadow. So right there next to you, you see quite a very green blanket over the ground.
Can I investigate it? Like touch it, feel it,
You can.
smell it, taste it?
If
Polka
you
dot
really
it?
want to taste it, you reach down and it feels like it's a grassy blanket.
Like
that-
an actual blanket?
Yeah, like a grassy blanket, like
Can I pick it up?
a piece of cloth that has grass interwoven in it. You pick it up and you see a hole that has been dug with a rather large box inside of it.
Oh, I will. Uh, has it been noticed that I'm over here doing this?
Not by me. I'm focused on my spell unless my passive perception counts.
Yeah, and you said while the talking has been going on is when you did
I'm
this.
behind a tree trying to be an antisocial little thing.
Yeah, so you
Well,
would have
Phelan,
walked
yes.
around there and saw Phelan. Phelan would have seen you.
All right. I don't care if Phelan sees. I'm more looking for if the dryads are paying attention to me.
They don't seem to be looking at you.
In case you're accidentally stealing from the dryads.
Yeah, exactly. Can I try to open it up?
You certainly can.
Ellen literally just has her
Please.
hands behind her head, opens one eye to see what the fuck you're doing, and then just chills again.
Please give me a dex save, please.
Dex save. Okay. Yeah, I considered checking it for traps, but I don't think Midnight would have done that. So, oh right, have to roll it manually.
Like how none of this is actually my fucking character's personality, but she's so busy hiding fucking secrets that she's put up a facade.
Yep.
It's taking a second.
So while Meteor's doing that, I'll look at Naya. Do you think some good berries would help?
It certainly couldn't hurt.
Ah, 4.
Nom.
You feel a prick on your finger as you try to open the box. Please take 1 point of damage, and I need a con save privately.
A con save, you said?
Yeah, privately, if you can.
Let's see. How do
And then you
I...
open the box.
In the game log, change your temporary your send to just be the DM for the moment. That should make it private.
If not,
Um,
I'll deal.
But I don't think the saves are working through that anyway, which
I'm gonna
is
change it
actually
to
it's a character
stealth.
sheet thing. You should be able to
I think
whisper
you can just
in
type
Roll20 as well.
/GM
That's what I'm
too.
gonna do.
Yeah.
SPM.
So I'm going to hold out my
I did
hand.
find out why that's broken.
This is just a test to make sure that it's working correctly.
Okay, I see that.
I'm going to hold out my hand and offer the dryads a good berry each.
They
Would you
all
like
take
one?
and
There you
nibble.
go.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
So you open the box inside. You find a pair of very fancy looking boots
Ooh.
and a small plain silver ring.
All plain
Naya,
silver.
would you like one?
Sure.
Oh, do I take that?
Want me to just pop it in your mouth?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have at least one hand free while I'm doing this, but
Well, then I'll hand one over to you.
okay.
I'm gonna close the lid
Uh-huh.
and pick up the box.
Okay, you pick up the box. Beneath the box, you see what appears to be 6 crown wreaths that appear to look like one of the ones that Mother Stag was wearing on her head.
Okay. I'll grab those as well.
Okay.
As well as the blanket.
Okay.
Um,
It was mainly just a cover. It's cloth that has some grass.
It's a hiding place.
with it. Yeah.
yeah, but it's cool.
I mean, it's not big enough to sleep under. So
I will
it was
put-
pretty much just large enough for the hole.
Hmm.
That's fine.
I'm going to. So probably safe to say that the bad mother stag put this here, not the good one. If it's there, wait, which mother stag's wreath?
He's
Bad
talking
mother stag-
about the bad, what the bad ones
Bad?
were wearing.
Okay.
Earlier on, she said she could help you all through the forest and pointed at the thing on her head. And
Okay.
that's what you found there.
I'm gonna
Okay.
raise my voice slightly and yell, "Hey, Midnight, Colfax, do you want a good berry?"
I'm
I
sure
have
he'll finish
some.
them except one.
I'm gonna put the wreaths and the blanket in my bag and the box. I'm going to I'm going to have it in my hand and bring it around here.
Okay.
Kalina's gonna hold out a berry to Midnight.
Midnight will take one.
So you put
But-
some things in your bag and are bringing the box around.
Yes.
Okay.
Butter's gonna say, "Have you three seen this box before?"
Yes, Mother Stag. Though I'm not sure what. She turns and looks at the other two dreads. And how should we refer to them as? The hags. The hags. They all agree on the hags. The hags put that box there, nearly dug up my sister's rood. Please take it away. Feel free to have whatever's inside of it. We have no need for it.
Got it. I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna add those to my list.
The other two introduce themselves as the real Mother Mole and the real Mother Skunk. They get tired of referring to themselves as the real, so they eventually drop it just over the course of conversation.
Are they flowery leaves or grassy leaves? Wreaths.
They appear to be like vines. There are some slight flowers on them, but they appear more like dried, as in like you would weave a basket.
Mm-hmm.
They look more like that.
Okay. And then it was boots and a ring, a silver ring.
Yes, a plain silver ring
Okay.
or a plain silver band if you want to discuss it.
We can always inspect those
Thank you.
later.
Yep.
We would offer you some tea, but it appears that the hags had already given you some. They look
Suppose it's a
concerned
relief to
again.
know that it wasn't poisoned.
I agree.
Other than the mushrooms that you see thrown about, we've done our best to keep anything poisonous from spreading.
The mushrooms are poisonous?
Plenty are. I'm assuming some of them in your forest are here as well. Though I'm sure not
Naya will
all.
nod in agreement to that.
Though I'm sure all of your mushrooms probably don't speak up. And one points over to like the northwest there, and you see a mushroom with eyes kind of peeking up out of the ground before tugging its head back down toward just the top of the mushroom is there. In silence. The mushroom really got everybody's goat.
I want to ask a question, but now I'm afraid to ask questions because my questions last time led us into trouble.
The one who's been mainly talking speaks up and says, "You appear as if you want to say something. If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know."
Do you know where Banrian is?
I believe they chased Banrion to the northwest.
Y'all like my
Is
mushroom?
that the same direction we were going?
Don't pull on me.
Don't pull me.
Yeah, based on what they say, the direction they give, it is probably where you were originally heading.
Okay.
So Banrion isn't a literal nightmare?
Nature, no. Why would you believe such a thing?
That is what the hags told us before we knew they were hags.
Naya's not going to respond because she's focusing on her spell, but if she could talk right now and not focus on the verbal component of her spell, she would have been like, well, I don't think we can trust what they told us.
I can't understand them.
Your spell finally completes.
All right. So everybody that I mentioned gets 11 points of healing. So all 3 of the dryads, myself, Phelan,
All
and
3 of the dryads look visibly better. Their their roots get a little more fluid. They're not quite as cracked and everything along their face and their shoulders. It definitely looks like that it helped them.
My spell would drop at
Literally,
this point.
once Faye gets healed, she goes back to the other tree and leans against it.
that's fine.
She can't understand them, so you
They
can't
just
just
hear blah, 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 blah,
And Midnight's being mean and
Kill,
not
blah, blah.
mind linking with Faye to run a commentary.
You guys don't even know that I can mind link. That's
I
out
know.
of character.
I know. I know.
Well, you do it with Midnight.
You do it with your familiars, but we don't know that that's a
That-
separate ability.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
That's a familiar
a
ability.
feature of the spell Find Familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could assume it's the same ability. You'd be wrong, but your character could assume that if they don't know any
Mhm.
better.
You asked them about where Banron might be located, and they look quite concerned again. If we've not heard anything from Banron since the hags returned here and put us under lock and key.
Naya will, now that she is free to speak again without disrupting a spell,
Cast another
will
spell.
ask about, before she does that,
The pixies?
ask about the pixies, the 3 sprites, the
Good
sisters.
question.
She will.
Oh, I'm sure that they should be here somewhere. The hags captured them, but I didn't see them do anything to them.
They were captured too.
Are they on the hag side or Banrion's side?
You see the one in the back that seems a little bit shorter than the rest tug on the shoulder of Dryad Stag. We'll start going that way, and lean up and whisper to her rather shyly. And Stag says, "You should have said so sooner." And Stag immediately kind of barrels past. If you let her, Naya
Yep.
and everyone else,
I will let her run. Yep.
into the inner place here,
I'll
and
follow.
reaches beneath the table and pulls out what appears to be 3 plain wooden bird cages that
Cool.
have doors on them, but they don't appear to be locked in any way. And inside, you see, quite unmoving, as if in stasis, the likeness of 3 fairy or 3 sprites that you've seen
Oh
before.
no.
Oh
The
no!
question is, were they captured after they left us?
When
Or
were they
Were the
captured?
ones we met the wrong ones?
How long ago were they captured?
The stag walks back around and looks at the other and says, "How long ago were they put there?" The other one says, "Yesterday,
Okay.
one night ago."
So they got trapped when they came back in.
Okay, so they were caught after they came to retrieve us. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
The stag holds up all 3 of the cages and looks at them rather quizzically and kind of shakes the cages because the sprites inside aren't moving. They're all kind of standing there as, how do I describe it? Y'all seen figurines, right?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
dolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are standing in the cage quite, erect and just standing there. They're not moving, speaking, blinking, anything else.
Butter's gonna go over to the cage since he's probably small enough to fit in it himself.
Uh,
He's gonna touch them and try to shake them a little, and he's gonna use Heart Sight at the same time.
okay. Butter attempts to get through the little grips, the empty spot of the cage, and
Mhm.
there appears to be some invisible barrier that prevents Butter from passing through.
Hey, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So you
Since
said that
since the bird cages are small enough, if I try to dispel magic, could I hit all 3 of them at once?
You want to hit them or you want to hit the cage?
The cage to try and dispel whatever's going on in it.
Okay.
It's one object, or you can do an area.
Or you can do an effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the effect would be the area one.
Dispel magic is one of those that has weirdly specific bits.
So
So you can target one cage.
I will attempt to. I'll pull some of the rope out of our bag,
Uh-huh.
and I'll attempt to feed it into the cage and see if it goes through.
It does not.
Okay. So there's
did
a
you say
barrier
that
there.
the doors were open or unlocked?
There's
They
no
are.
lock holding the door closed.
There's no
but
lock.
the door is definitely there.
Okay, and I can't open the door? Did I try to open the door?
You reach and act like you're trying to tug the door open. It seems to give slightly, but not enough to actually open.
Okay.
You might be able to do it with some force, but you would have to try it and see.
Naya pulls out the farrier's tools.
Can Butter attack it with his longsword?
Hey, I'm not getting an answer to my question. Am I
What is
able
your
to
question?
try and dispel whatever's
You have
going?
to. You have to choose the target specifically, unless you know what effect you're removing. In which case, you can do an area.
Yeah.
You have
So
to
I
declare
don't-
what you're dispelling.
So
in
then
this
it wouldn't
case,
work.
You would have to do one for each.
Right.
Okay, so which of the pixies do we want to try and potentially release if possible?
I believe
one-
Salin was the lead. I think. I could be wrong.
So can
I
we
believe you're right.
can we figure out which one is Salin, please?
I mean, they all looked different. There were differences.
I know, but I'm
Lannis,
asking.
Lannis was the one that
Lannis,
was lead.
excuse me.
Okay,
Yep.
so can you help me decipher which one is our lead sprite?
You can pick it out.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, no roll there.
I would like to try and dispel whatever's going on
The cage.
magic-wise on the cage.
All right.
Okay.
So you want to dispel. Meteor wants to attack, and I
Mhm.
want to Farrier's
Let-
tool. So we can all do a different
Yeah,
cage.
we can all do.
Well, let me see first if
Okay.
because they might not. The cages might be charmed. Anyways, let's see if dispelling it even works.
Okay. So what's the order we're going to do stuff here?
She's gonna
Lannis.
dispel first
Okay.
on Lannis. Or Lannis's cage, I suppose.
Okay.
With my highest potential spell slot and my only
Yeah.
spell left.
That's why I was trying to use other options.
Okay. I need you to roll a d20 for me, if you would please, with your the thing there.
Me?
Yeah.
It's not an instant success if it's a thing at a higher level.
Yeah. You do fine because I believe you also get to add your spell bonus to that, if I'm remembering right.
Well, yeah, it's your spell casting ability modifier.
Okay.
So if you go to your spell thing, your modifier there.
+3.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. The door
That's
cracks
subtle.
and breaks, and you have a very animated, very happy, very flatty sprite now bouncing around in front of you, saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Lannis, what happened?
Then immediately looks concerned as she sees the other two cages. These
Yep.
eggs got us. They prevented us from going to tell Benra and you're here.
Okay. So I think Butter is gonna next work on the other
Yeah.
cage. Go order of
Yep.
operations.
Yep, Butter would be next because you'd be getting your tools out.
Yep.
She's fluttering all around the other two cages and seems rather worried. So Butter is just going to attack the cage door.
Yep.
Okay, roll damage if you would, please.
Oh, sorry, damn. That was not damage.
Nice.
That was not damage.
That was the hit.
It's sadly not a damage, but you
damage
definitely
would
hit.
be 1.
Well, it's a
So
crit to hit, so doesn't he get?
I rolled to hit before. I'm guessing he was taking 1.
Oh, I
I'm
missed that.
trying to think if it's just 1 damage and doesn't actually have a die. If you crit, is it still just 1 damage since the 1
I think
is not
it'd be
die?
2.
Wouldn't it be 2?
That's why a lot of
Hang
Hang on,
times
wait,
you do
I got
doubling
this.
the
I got this.
instead.
Hang
but-
on, wait, I got this. I got this. Continue with the game, but I got this. I know who to get the fucking answer from, but continue.
So, Butter slashes at the door and manages to chip it, and the slight chip immediately cracks the entire door off.
Okay.
And you have a very happy Nels.
And
Nails!
is
Lennis
Nails
and
awake now?
Nels are over fluttering around Selen's cage.
And I am taking out my farrier's tools, in which there are a pair of pliers,
Hmm.
various things, because farriers are the people who do like the horseshoes.
Yep, easily snip.
What was
I'm
the
going to
attack thingy that happened?
It literally does 1 damage. It's not 1d1. It is just 1 damage.
Yeah.
So
Because
on a
What
crit,
is,
Butter-
what
what is
happens?
it though?
Butter
was a crit.
attacking.
I know.
Yeah.
Was it just the longsword?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the his
Yes.
familiar's longsword. Yes.
A tiny longsword, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
a
thank
scratch
you.
longsword that does 1 damage
Basically
if
a
it hits.
toothpick.
Because Butter is so tiny.
Yep.
So
His
using the
arrows do 1.
tools, It
Okay.
doesn't take much force at all to crack part of the door on the cage, which then immediately, once the smallest crack is there, the door falls apart. It is broken.
Yep.
It is irredeemably broken. And you now have 3 rather happy sprites floating around saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And a quite relieved dryad stag.
Butter, which sprite do I have?
You
with
have
me?
Nails.
Yeah, I
Nails?
made a mistake. I got
Nails.
Butter will
D&D
take Nails'
nerd.
hand and be like, "Are you all right?"
Y'all, I made a mistake. I got 3 D&D nerds arguing the statistic.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, Butter.
And yes.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
Are you getting
They're also gonna
hard-sighted?
need to do the charisma saving throw. All right, charisma save.
Can I offer guidance? Do I know what's going on?
My assumption
you
is he's
probably
probably
don't.
getting
Oh,
hard-sighted.
Butter.
Maybe?
You just saw
It's the
Butter
heart
hold
bite.
Nels' hand and say, "Are you
Okay.
okay?"
Butter's being heart-sighted now.
So is Nails.
Yeah.
7, I fail.
Cross heart sight.
What is Butter's alignment, or is Butter unaligned?
Neutral, good.
Okay.
Okay, the 3 arguing peoples have came to a conclusion saying normally a critical attack is simply doubling the damage dice,
The
so a normal
dice,
attack
yeah.
crit. So a normal attack crit with no dice equals no doubling.
That's what
So
I
it's
figured.
still 1. Okay.
That's what
That's a shame.
that is
Okay.
what they came with. That is literally the conclusion.
Okay.
You Butter does have her get quite happy and elated and excited and very bouncy feelings, and very happy,
Mhm.
happy, 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 happy.
Nails gets concerned.
Naya's
Well,
going to
confirmed.
spend a minute mending the damage to the cage that she just damaged.
Okay.
Because she can.
Yep, you mend the cage. The door is fixed, but it hinges open and closed. There's no resistance at all.
That's fine.
And you can tell after mending that your fingers now easily fit through the slots of the cage.
That's fine. And I'm going to put that in the haversack.
Firedale, I'll let you decide this. If Nails would also be getting some of Midnight's feelings as well through it.
I'll say no because
Okay.
technically, in this instance, the familiar for you isn't just an extension of you; it is actually its own creature. I think.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So no.
So I'm going to look at the sprites and be like, why didn't you warn us about the hags?
I didn't know about them. If I knew about them, do you think they would have caught us? We would have went up and over the forest. No, we come in. Suddenly, we're getting these acorns thrown at us that are the size of watermelons.
They did that to us too.
I know, right?
And they broke my blanket. And I'm gonna pull
Oh,
the blanket
no.
out and
Father!
curl up with it.
Grandfather Ent tore it to shreds.
Midnight is gonna pull out the green, like grassy blanket and hand it to Naya.
Does this make up for it, Naya?
Okay, one person said
Kind
he
of.
crit and the weapon breaks, but I'm assuming we're not going to be that mean to poor old Butters.
I mean, if his toothpick breaks, we'll whittle him another one.
And then
Do you-
Linus, what's the word?
Do you take the blanket,
Centers
Naya?
herself, takes a deep breath, and says, "Have you spoken to Bandrian yet?"
We have
No.
not. We got waylaid and ended up here, but the hags are taken care of.
Whew.
So
they
we
look
were gonna
rather
head there
relieved, the
next, but I
hags.
do think we need a brief rest.
I'm out of spells. I think we need more than just a brief rest.
What time of day is it?
You got here shortly after midday. So after this and the talking, maybe an hour. So we'll say it's about 2 or 3 ish.
Unless we can have another one of those teas, will it rejuvenate us again?
It's possible. I can dig out the vials of tea. We can have some more tea.
That was a prompting for hopefully the dryads to answer.
Oh.
Well, if you've already had the tea once, generally your body can't hold up to the magic of another one.
Good to know.
Okay.
At least not the same day.
Wait, what
I mean,
the fuck did I
you-
miss? I spaced out for 5
We
minutes.
had tea from
Refresh.
the hags
Yeah,
earlier.
I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
can
okay.
sip it, but the magic your body is already infused with it. It'll most likely just run right through you.
I wasn't gonna have Naya waste time making tea.
Well, I mean, I still have 6 vials of already prepared tea.
But is it hot?
No, this is true.
And
I
it,
can
and
make
it
hot.
No metagaming, banana.
and it's made from the not
Okay,
proper flowers.
wait. I don't think that counts as metagaming because we made that tea hella earlier.
We made that tea earlier, and we made it from the flowers that were only half correct.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like
So
I don't
it's
think
not
that's
proper.
metagaming. I think everyone
You
would
don't know
assume
that.
that's cold as a fucking ice cube.
The fact that it's half correct might mean the effect is different. We don't know.
Well,
Also
yeah,
true.
we don't know about the effect, but we can definitely assume that it's cold as fuck.
Well, yeah, we can assume that it's cold tea.
There was another discussion that was had previously. That's all.
I have a
What are
feeling
these
I know
discussions?
what you're getting at, but I'm not gonna cover it because that's metagaming and we don't want to do that. Um,
I just want
don't
hot
worry
tea.
about it. It's knowledge we're not supposed to have.
I just
Anyway,
want hot tea.
Mm-hmm.
Hot tea. No, but you're free to have a seat.
I think we need to
We need to go back in and
rest.
start concentrating, though.
Concentrating?
I instantly go sit at the table.
Can I
Concentrating to
ask-
maintain the barrier.
Can I ask one of the sprites?
Uh-huh.
Would you mind scouting ahead and seeing if Grandfather Oak has come back to his senses? Don't endanger yourself, but it would be very helpful to know before we head back.
Selling the quiet shy one kind of perks up and nods and immediately zips off into the sky,
Okay.
deftly going over the canopy of the large trees.
Naya, are you sure it's safe to travel?
Well, if I'm assuming that the Hag's Hold, it sounded like, released the Dryads. If it's also released Grandfather Oak, that would be a good indication that it's safe for us to press on. But I do think we should at least take a short rest, if not a longer one.
And Lana speaks up and says, I need to go tell Banrion that you're coming. Banrion's been on high alert, waiting for somebody. Banrion sent us
Will
to get you.
Will Banrion accept a message from me if I attempt to send to him? I'm asking the sprite.
Lennis looks quite offended at what you just said, and in the air puts her foot down and says, Him? She is a princess, thank you very much.
Oh,
We finally got there. All right.
a character. Not all of us thinking this is a dude.
But
Wait,
you
wait.
said
she's a
prince!
princess.
You said prince. And it shows what we wrote down, which has the word prince on it.
Says, You have the prince, and points at it right there.
But you said prince, not prince. I'm confused.
Phelan's gonna open one eye and look at everyone who's just
Okay,
like
and
freaking
Naya's
out
just
over
going
there,
to
like,
be
huh?
like, "Thank you for letting us know. We were clearly operating on under a misunderstanding. Will she accept a message from me?"
She may.
Okay.
I think now because everyone was just flipping their shit in like confusion of the prince and princess stuff, I think
Yeah.
Phelan will
Well,
now
would she
actually walk over out of curiosity.
Would Faye understand us, or are we still talking in Elvish?
No,
we're
but she
talking
would
to the
understand.
sprites. The sprites are in common.
I was about to say, even if they're not talking in common, she would understand the whole freak out of, huh? What?
Yeah, no.
Firebutt,
no,
do the sprites speak Elvish?
They are, and they do. I mean, that's
They're
what
they're
everyone
speaking
was
in Elvish
talking
right
in.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would have started speaking in common as soon as someone who understood common was listening.
They definitely speak common
Like-
as well.
Faye's gonna walk over with her arms crossed to just look at everybody. It's just like,
They
why are
point.
you all freaking out?
Faye,
And
Banrion's a she.
Huh?
I know. I'm confused too.
And Lena speaks up and says, and points at it right there, and says, we worked on this. We know what it says. It says, Banrion says you have the key, that you have the prince.
But we heard prince as in like the prince of a
Okay.
kingdom.
Okay. Naya's suddenly very interested in Colfax. It's like, do we have the prince? Looks at the one obviously male person in the party.
No, not the prince, the prince. And she holds up her fingers and wiggles her fingers in the air and says, the prince.
Like
Naya is
footprints? Handprints?
She looks very disgruntled at this point.
Phelan
Naya
looks
is
very
going
confused.
to
is
cover
Banrion
up.
he or she?
Naya's going to cover up all of the transcription except for one letter and then point at the one letter prince.
She's pointing
One
at her
letter.
hands. So I'm assuming it's like footprints, like handprints?
I feel like we're playing a really bad game.
Of charades.
Who's on
and-
first?
Yeah, kind of. I
Okay.
feel like it's more like Pictionary at this point, but yeah.
Footprints, blueprints, or princes in like nobility. I am confused.
She shakes her head and said, I don't know either. I'm just having fun.
While they are having
Banrion is definitely a princess.
Naya will
A
ask. In order for me to cast sending, I have to be familiar which DM, this is going to be a you call on whether or not it works.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask for a description of Banrion and then try to cast Sending towards Banrion.
Okay.
And then here's the wording of the spell for you.
Yeah, of which you're familiar.
But it also then says the creature hears a message in your mind, recognizes you as a sender if it knows you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could
Which
say,
implies
"Hi,
you
I'm
can send to someone who
Naya."
doesn't know you. Well, that implies you can send to someone who doesn't know you. So.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first thing first, I need you to please make an arcane check for me, please, or an arcana check
Okay.
with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Okay, let's see if I get a 20. 19 was pretty good. Okay.
19 as it is.
Okay,
I have no modifier, so.
they start describing a very regal unicorn with the whitest of white and the colorfulest of the colorful, and insert lots of description here.
Flowery description, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And this, and in your mind's eye, you feel like you know the exact unicorn they're talking
Okay.
Okay. I will attempt to cast Sending.
about. Okay.
Make sure to explain who you are, though.
Okay. I need to think about my message because it's 25 words. Give me a second.
While you think of that, Firedale. So, while all of that was going on, the prince and all that,
Uh-huh.
Midnight and Butter went over to the table inside, sat down at it, pulled out the box with the ring and the boots in it, and started looking it over, and just is looking at the ring and just slips it on her finger.
Okay.
That could be cursed.
I know.
Yep.
I know that. I rolled a wisdom check to myself to see if she'd do it or not, and she did it.
Okay. Yes, you slipped the ring on your finger.
And then I'm gonna just like be looking at the boots.
You feel very courageous and like you can take on the world and nothing can hurt you.
After I slip on the ring.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So since Faye has came out of her hiding spot and decided to be less antisocial, she's going to lean up against a tree where I just placed her, so closer to the dryads now.
Okay.
By the way, oh yeah, you don't have a token for the sprites, do you?
No,
Copy
not
mine
token.
3
No.
times.
No, I don't have a token, just the image. That.
You should make one for the sprites.
Anything special about the boots that I'm looking at?
They appear to be rather fancily made with a little curl on the tip. They seem to have a very leafy motif about them. So they are a pair of leafy looking boots.
This is just a guess.
Yeah, that's my guess as well.
Just a guess.
Butter is gonna go grab Kalina and tell her to come here.
Okay. What's up, Midnight?
You want these? And holds out the boots.
But I'm not. Can I actually use them?
Well, we don't know what they are. They're leafy, so and as the druid, Butter's just like, that looks like it would go well with your outfit. Is basically what she's doing at this point.
Okay, I've got it down to 25.
I don't know how to answer that. But are they meant for somebody specific?
They're
I-
placed in
I
because of
requested-
somebody, but this is something that can be multiple, so no.
I requested them as an option to help with my stealth, but we can always trade them around.
Yeah, we can still identify stuff. This is Midnight being like, nah, this won't go well with my outfit here, Kalina.
Oh,
So you don't have to wear them or anything.
sure. I'll grab them for now. And I'll
Okay.
put them in my bag for now.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Yeah,
Midnight
anybody
has-
can use them, but I did have them on my wish list.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Midnight has not even considered that they might be magical at this point.
Yeah. And I'm focusing
And
on my
it's
sending,
probably very
so...
obvious that that's the case.
I'm just gonna add leafy boots to my inventory.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm not paying attention to them right now and haven't seen them, so we'll deal with that later.
Mhm.
So I will go ahead and cast my sending now that I've figured out the wording.
Okay.
So here is my message. Hail Banrion, I go by Naya. Lannis and her sister sought us. Hags waylaid us and we defeated them to the south. Are you well?
Also,
Yes.
go ahead with that, but I have something after.
Okay. I'm well. Great now. Autor said you would be there. Hags done?
Oh, I did say they were defeated. I did,
Uh-huh.
but I can't answer him again right now. I don't have any more sending
Yeah,
spells left.
so Hags done. See you soon. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, to try and attempt to identify them, I guess it would be identify, but is there any other thing that I could do to see if I know what those boots are?
Arcana check.
hmm
Okay, can I try and attempt an arcana check then?
You can.
Don't think I'm identifying them.
No.
And I'll relay
Uh,
to Lannis.
Midnight shows off to you her new ring as well. Just kind of
Nice.
like looking at it like she's pleased.
Midnight, you do realize that could have been cursed.
Her eyes get kind of big, like, what?
Not always the best thing to just shove something on your finger.
She slowly starts to take it off.
I need you to please make a will save for me. Or wisdom.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm paying attention again, can I offer guidance when I
You can.
hear the conversation about it might be cursed and see them trying to take off the ring?
You can.
Then I will offer you guidance. You can add a d4.
All right. I have advantage on this as well. So here's the first. Here's the second.
You're probably good, but if you want to add the d4, you can. It's only good for that, so.
So 22.
Okay.
You felt so good about yourself and everything else. You know, you could take on the world and everything that you really didn't want to take off the ring, but you do manage to slip it off your finger.
All right. Do I? Okay, so I felt really good while wearing it, correct?
Uh-huh.
And I feel less good now.
Yeah, you don't feel like you can take on the world anymore.
But taking on the world, that false sense of confidence is not a good thing.
You no longer feel invincible.
Midnight kind of gets a sad look on her face, and then Butter's like, I want to put it back on, and starts to go towards her finger.
I think we should identify it first, please and thank you.
But it felt good.
Yeah, but
It's just hovering in front of her finger right now.
Better to
Things
be
that
safe.
artificially make you feel good are usually some of the most dangerous.
It's better to be safe than sorry. Maybe Banrion can identify it.
Alright, so I will relay to the group now.
Can
that
you
that
roll
we
a
have a
persuasion
moment.
check to me?
Who?
To try and
Kalina.
convince Midnight.
I
to talk
honestly don't know what Midnight would do.
Uh,
Right, but I've conveyed to the group at this point that I heard back from
Oh, no.
Banrion. They seem to be, they said, doing great now.
Naya
so-
just said, though, the things that make you feel invincible are not always the safest.
Yeah, are some of the most dangerous, was
Mhm.
my exact wording.
All right. With my insight of 23, I'm going to listen.
Okay.
She's just going to put it down on the table, looking sad.
I mean, the
Oh.
hags were bad. Why would you trust something from the hags?
It's pretty. I like rings. And she holds out her her 2-finger ring on her other hand.
I was going to make a note about obtaining a jeweler's kit. Okay.
You see the dryads starting to step into their trees. We really need to start working back on pulling back the energy that's been drained.
Thank you for your assistance.
You and kind.
I'm really glad to have met you.
Can Midnight roll Arcana on this ring?
You can.
Phelan's just going to look slightly irritated because her main goal is being so derailed right now that she's just like,
Naya looks really smug
18.
for some reason right now.
This would be a cursed ring of protection. It reduces your AC by 5, but makes you feel like your AC is increased by 5.
Oh no. As soon as she realizes that, she just pushes it away.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was wrong with it, Midnight?
It's cursed.
It makes you feel really good about yourself, but it's totally false.
Yeah. And I know that, correct?
Yes.
All right,
It's
then
the ring
I'd
of
say that.
throwing yourself into danger and getting yourself killed.
I'd say that then. I'm gonna pick it up and just dump it in my bag.
Okay.
Then one day, when you reach into your bag, I just have you roll a d20.
How is Naya's Arcana checks?
Oh, do I need to do an Arcana check?
Well, I was gonna pull out the boots and bring them to you and be like, "Do you know what these are?"
I mean, I have a +0, but I mean, I rolled a natural 19 the last time I did one, so.
I'm
There's a
attempting for another Arcana check and to see if they're cursed or not.
Okay, I'll look at them too.
Okay, give me a roll.
Nope.
That's 6.
They're
Nope.
very leafy looking boots.
Yep.
nobody heard that. Anyways, I want to try.
Okay. And about that time, Selin comes back and says, Grandfather Oak said he's very, very, very sorry. They threatened all of his saplings,
Why did it
and
roll
he
twice?
had to do their
Huh.
bidding.
Yeah, mine did too. It was weird.
Weird. But it's the first one.
I will
don't
tell
think-
her I got in touch with Banrion now that she's back.
13?
They're very leafy boots.
Cool story,
Yep. Yep.
The only other person that we have is Colfax, who could try if he
Or you
wants
can
to.
put them on.
No, thank
How
you.
do the sprites have any response to the fact that I got hold of Banrion?
They are all very happy
Okay.
and
And
relieved.
Kalina would know that the boots aren't cursed, right? With her thing.
No, they were very leafy.
That's all we know is that they're very leafy boots.
Yeah,
We don't
they're
know what they are yet.
They're boots that have a very leafy motif.
Gotcha. Midnight's gonna grab the boots and look at them too. Now that she's frustrated about the ring.
You're doing another Arcana
Okay.
check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Yep. Nope, you're
They're
just,
very
you're
leafy
really...
boots.
We'll come back to that later.
She hands it back.
Phelan's going to get.
Frustrated.
Maybe
Phelan's
Banrion will
going
know
to
what they
watch
are.
Everyone Phelan's going to watch everyone passing these boots back and forth, and she's going to take them from Midnight and literally just put them on and be like, "There,
no.
you
They
happy?"
were given to me.
Yeah, so you took them
Then go
from
pass
Kalina.
You
around.
literally just took them from me now.
Okay, I took them from whoever had them last.
No, I mean they were given to me. So now you've literally just stole them from being given to me.
Alright, pause.
You're just bouncing around.
She's
We're
literally
not
just.
we're not saying they're gonna stay there. This is not inventory theft. Calm. It's okay.
All good?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hmm.
Well, if they're literally being taken from me now, I need to take them off of my inventory. So are they actually being
They were
taken?
being passed around
Well,
to
no,
have
she
the
put them
Arcana
on.
check gone.
She's
Correct.
doing a physical check.
Yeah.
We're
So
not gonna let her
feel any
keep them. It's
different?
okay.
So I apologize for that. Give me just a moment. Do
Feels courageous.
you feel quieter? You walk around and your footsteps don't make much of a sound.
Can you take them off?
And she's going to take them off.
They come off just fine.
Okay.
Seems good.
Seems good. Now, whoever wants them, wants them. And she's going to do the thing where she just tosses them over her shoulder.
Passing them back over to Kalina because Kalina had laid claim to them.
I'm just gonna put them back in the bag for now.
Okay.
Boots of Arcana kind. Or I guess Arcana not kind.
Naya quietly asked if she can try them out later and see if her plate mail still makes noise.
Okay.
Okay. Just because it'd be really funny to see somebody in full plate mail jumping up and down and making almost no noise. It would just be funny.
Also true.
But yeah. So
So
that's
you
been
now once
distributed.
again find yourselves somewhat alone, but you've somehow gained 3 sprites and an innumerable amount of mushrooms that may or may not occasionally peek at you.
Okay. So I think Banrion didn't give any indication that they were coming this way, right? They were still waiting on us.
No, that he said.
There was no indication that they were coming, correct?
He
See,
said-
see you soon was what was said. Yeah.
So,
Okay, so we still need to go there.
so should I? I'm gonna ask the sprites then. Do you think it's safe to travel? I'm like out of spells.
I have a few. I can cover us for a little bit. It depends on how long of a journey it is.
Or should we bunk down here for the night?
What time is it now? Now that all of this has happened, all these shenanigans?
Let's go about 4:30-ish. So the sun is starting to go down, but it's still plenty light out.
I would ask, do you think we would make it there by nightfall, or do you think we need to wait until morning? Because they would have a better idea of how far away it is.
Without being able to fly, you should probably rest.
Okay.
So leave in the morning?
Yeah. Hopefully,
Midnight's
the
gonna make a
dryads don't mind us staying overnight.
I'll yell out to the dryads. Do you mind if we stay overnight?
The tree shakes a little bit.
It shakes its head no. hmm
I mean, they did say you can come in and have a seat.
Yeah.
That's what Midnight's been doing the entire time. So you were technically already in there, Kalina.
I asked if they mind if we stayed for the night.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, so I'll start setting up bed rolls and such just outside their little area of trees.
Okay. So you set up for camp.
Is there anything else under the table?
there's a
'Cause that's where they
few.
pull the cages from.
Yeah, there's a few scattered bowls, I guess. Several of them have the petals of the blue flowers in it. Nothing really of note outside of that, though.
Okay.
I'd like to take the
Then I start
petals.
meditating.
Can we
Okay.
take the petals?
Yes.
I would like to take the petals.
Okay.
All of them, if possible.
I'd
Okay.
leave some behind for the dryads.
Yeah.
Oh,
Personally, just
yeah.
a few. They
'Cause
because
it's
they're
technically
technically they're technically the dryads. They're not the hags.
True.
I mean,
Take some
is
of
there
them
a
then.
way? Okay, this is gonna be really hard to explain, so it's gonna sound like word vomit. But is there a way Kalina could like take the pollen, maybe, so she can like, or like
Well,
the
if
seeds or
and when I
whatever?
can ever get my wand of flowers, I can create the flowers whenever I want.
Well, that'll
Oh,
be
okay.
later.
That's
That's
why I was
later.
like-
That's out
That's
of
why I was
character
like, could
talk.
you get? That's why I was like, could you take the pollen or the seeds or something,
Right,
so
I
you
would
could
say
plant
take
them
the
and have them,
seeds.
so
I
you
would
can
say
have, so
take
you can
seeds.
plant them.
Yeah, but those are just petals. They're not real flowers. They're not the
Yeah,
whole
it's just
flower.
they're already plucked.
Well, maybe
These
the
are
seeds
pre-plucked
nearby.
petals.
They're pre-plucked petals.
Maybe there might be seeds around the petals.
Now, keep in mind, I did pick one flower when we entered into the
Yeah,
forest.
she has a flower.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
we have
already
we have a full flower already.
And she
Okay,
did
but you
her-
at least
she
see
has
where
a
my
green
thought
thumb,
process
literally.
was. That's why I was like, maybe we
Mhm.
could do this. Okay.
But yeah. So Naya will go ahead and set up for camp.
Any specific watches? How safe do y'all feel?
Midnight, before we even went to sleep, started meditating again.
I
and
think
is gonna-
Drema's usually our first watch.
Gonna
Naya will
cast-
take last watch.
Gonna cast Find Familiar and swap Butter out for Princess.
If it will work.
You
I mean, maybe.
concentrate. You concentrate for an hour. You've got the spell prepared. You have the image of Princess in your head. You're thinking really, really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Butter disappears, and Princess pops into being.
Yay!
Our loudmouth bird is back.
Turns straight into a crow.
Bird. Yep, immediately.
And then goes and lands over on Kalina's shoulders like, "Hi, nice to see you again."
I'm surprised you didn't say come here often.
Come here often.
Did you take a nice nap there, Princess?
Oh, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and now that Princess is here and can quite easily talk, Princess will probably be able to tell you that Princess felt as if all their energy was being drained away before they went poof.
I wonder if that was the hags.
Or if it was, I'm gonna do something. Don't know what.
I think you're a little late for
do.
that.
Oh, is that them over there?
Yeah, we kind of defeated them.
Just gonna go land on Mother Stag's face and start dancing on it.
So I'm gonna look at the sprites and I'm like, can you please not leave us again tonight?
Okay.
I think we'd like to have you with us. Entering the forest alone was kind of scary. Everything attacked us.
You give us good berries, for sure.
Plus, I missed you.
Oh. So everyone sets up camp. Any special setup or doing anything, or just general bed rolls and using the already set up fire pit and all that?
I shall watch. Puts a wing up to his forehead.
And we already ate good berries.
So go ahead and put push the button for a long rest. The night passes without incident. There is
Yay,
no tugging.
spells.
There's no tugging for extra sleep. Dear Naya, dear Naya.
No,
Nobody
no
seems
yucky
to
sleep
mumble.
feelings.
Nobody
Yay.
seems to mumble in their sleep.
Okay.
And you awaken fit and rested.
Wonderful.
So Naya, when her trance has ended, because her trance would have ended before everybody else woke up,
Hmm.
will seek out Princess
Yeah.
and anyone else who
Let's
may be
go.
awake.
go
And
on?
will mention that Banrion spoke about Autor.
Aerilyn spoke of Autor. Got it.
Okay.
See, that's how you're supposed to talk to people and know that they don't have information. You don't tell them the name of the people, you let them tell you the name of the people.
Right. That's significant.
Well, and Princess may not know Autor's name unless Midnight's told them.
No, he would.
But
would.
yeah.
Yeah.
Naya's only met Autor the once. She's not going to sleep any other time.
I'm assuming that didn't happen in anybody else's chat because I don't see it happening in anybody else's
No,
chat.
it
but I
came
just got
across on
bots.
cross chat, but it's yours.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm just making sure no one else got a bot.
Oh,
So
I
do we
apologize.
trust him now?
No, it's my end.
Oh, it's
Bot was on
because
my
it
end.
does
That's
the
why I
dot
was
dot
like,
dot, so my bot didn't ignore it.
Yeah,
Oh.
mine censored it because I don't allow links in my chat.
Oh, it was
My-
already censored in Allie's chat, so when it came across, it was pre-censored.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
You're good.
Yeah, so
Annoying.
we're
I was
all
like, what
good.
is this?
Does that mean we trust him? Or don't trust him?
I mean, Autor didn't seem like they were being intentionally cagey the one time that we spoke.
Right. Just kind of hovers around your head, not flapping his wings.
It was more kind of that feeling when they know something and they want to explain it, but they don't have the words to explain it. And so they just kind of sound all like cryptic and mystical, and it's just that. That was what I felt.
Right.
In between all the disappearing acts.
Yes. Like he wanted to explain
So-
something, but I just don't think he could.
So optimistically cautious.
Yes.
Got it.
Then everyone awakens.
Okay.
Nothing happened throughout the night. There were occasional weird animal noises, but nothing extremely super weird. You know, there was an owl instead of saying who, it said what. Stuff like that.
And I swapped
Nothing
out one of my spells as a heads up.
Any meowing bunnies over the course of the night?
There weren't.
Colfax looks around for meowing bunnies.
Doesn't see any this time. It's like the first time he's not seen any.
Oi! Dryad stag! Can you hear me?
The
I
tree
think they've been
shakes.
focusing.
Do you know about the meowing bunnies?
The tree shakes.
I don't know what that means.
How about one shake for yes, two shakes for no?
The tree shakes.
Okay.
So, wait.
Ask your question
Was
again.
that yes or no? Do you know about meowing bunnies?
The tree shakes.
How many times?
Once.
Okay.
Man, these people gonna
what-
think Princess is
wait.
on some shit.
That
Was
is
once
normal.
yes or no?
Once for yes, two for no.
Yes. Okay. Okay. This hurts my
Poor
brain.
Princess.
Princess, I think you hurt our brain too.
it's good to have Princess back, guys.
Naya's gonna stroke the back of Princess's head, be like, it's okay.
Are they good meowing bunnies or bad? What? Good? Are they good?
The tree shakes.
How many
Okay.
times?
Was?
The meowing bunnies are good?
Good.
Are they particularly charming?
The tree shakes.
I don't know
How
where I'm
many
going with this line
times?
of questioning. I'll be honest.
Was?
They're just always gonna shake once. Oh.
Do you know how to shake no?
Shakes
tree
once.
Once.
Can you demonstrate it? Oh my god.
The tree shakes 3 times.
Okay.
Oh no! I'm leaving. I'm done.
Princess just got back, and Princess is already done with
Princess
the world.
goes to the other tree. You come here often?
Naya
shake.
will set herself up at the pre-prepared fire pit and start cooking up
Breakfast.
some breakfast,
I mean, if you
basically.
say, can you demonstrate? You know, they'll say yes and then demonstrate. So.
Yep.
Yep. And we'll mention for anyone to hear nearby. If you'd like some breakfast,
breathe.
you're welcome to join us.
Okay, I think I can breathe now.
If you
Oh,
want,
dear.
I can help you with making breakfast.
Sure. Naya will happily accept help with making breakfast.
So you make a breakfast.
Yes.
Are we rolling survival for this to see how good it is?
If you want to make a really nice one, you can, but are you going to forage around this area?
I would like to forage around this area.
Okay.
And we will avoid the mushrooms that shout at us.
Okay.
And while we're foraging around the area,
survival.
can I look for some pretty
Don't
flowers?
touch Shroomy. Shroomy a nice mushroom. Don't touch Shroomy.
I want to look for some unique flowers.
Okay. Is Kalina also rolling, or am I rolling with advantage?
Oh,
Uh,
what's
Not that I
your
think I need to.
what's your
I have
survival?
a +7,
Yeah, I would say you do the roll.
and I
plus
rolled a
3.
24 on my first one, so.
Yeah, I think we're good.
So yeah, that'd just be with advantage if she's helping.
Yeah, I'll roll again in case it's a crit, I guess.
Are there any
If it's not
pretty
a crit.
pretty unique flowers for me, Firebutt?
One
I think
moment.
you already got the ones that were here, didn't you?
No, I haven't. That was when we first entered the forest.
Mm.
So I was looking for edible leaves and berries and nuts.
Potentially some mushrooms too, if we know they're not poisonous.
If we know there are safe mushrooms, then yes, we can add mushrooms.
You find you can't tell whether it's really a mushroom or a flower, but that's what you find.
Is that to me or to Naya?
To you.
Hey,
I'm
can you?
working on
Okay.
the thing.
He's putting something in the group chat for you.
There.
Oh, those. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, ghost
Oh.
pipes or Indian pipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kalina,
Yes,
can I
Francis.
eat it?
No, it's
You
my
managed
pretty
to-
flower.
It looks tasty.
You scrounge up some very nice forage. You find some nice edible mushrooms that aren't in this rather large
Naya will
teepee.
on a whim. After she's done heating up the breakfast, attempt to roast a few of the seeds from one of the flowers
Okay.
that we have.
They roast and they pop a little bit. They puff up a little. They crack.
They
Okay.
turn into
Nothing major.
popcorn.
She'll offer a roasted seed to Princess.
Huh? All right.
Test dummy.
Yeah. Well, partially, but also seeds are good for birds.
True.
I mean, I don't actually eat. Hey, Midnight. Midnight pops it in her mouth.
Okay.
It doesn't taste of much. It doesn't really taste sweet or bitter. It just kind of is.
It
Okay.
tastes
It's
like
just a seed. It's just a
air.
roasted seed. All
If
right.
cardboard existed in this world, it would taste like cardboard.
Ah, all right. I was
Don't
curious.
cardboard exist? There's boxes and shit, isn't there?
They would probably be
Wooden
crates.
boxes. Yeah.
Oh,
There were wooden
I didn't think,
crates.
I didn't think about
Firebutt,
that.
what was the name of
Yes.
the flower
Cardboard's
for me to add
commercialized,
after?
If you want to do it, do ghost pipe or Indian pipe.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know
And
what the actual
she
name
will
is without looking it up.
she will ladle out breakfast for everybody.
Thank you, Naya.
Wait, am I still asleep? I'm still
Thank
fucking
you.
asleep.
How are you asleep with all this yelling?
She grew up with a loudmouth father and a loudmouth uncle.
Phelan wakes up to the smell of breakfast being held in front of her face.
Yeah,
And
I was
if
about
you were
to say
still
she wakes up
sleeping-
to the smell.
If you were still sleeping, then Princess came over and started pecking you in the forehead.
And
Dude,
for-
can I roll a check to try to just grab Princess? I want
like swatting the
no,
fly. that
like I
makes you
actually want to grab Princess. Like
And
not
I'll
like
set
not
3
like
bowls near the
baseball.
trees.
not like
Yeah.
baseball bat. I'm a strangle Princess, but I just want to grab Princess.
And
Wait, I don't know
will
what to roll.
say, after y'all wake
Just
up
an unarmed
and
strike.
get a good breath in
Okay.
and food and everything, you do notice that the real musty smell that you've had the entire time in this forest isn't
Oh,
as
yeah,
strong
what
as
a-
it was.
Oh. The dryad's concentration is working.
Okay.
Are you also
let
giving
go!
breakfast
Let go!
to the sprites?
I mean, I offered them breakfast too if they're still around.
They would happily accept. They're still around.
Yep.
Go
And
on,
then,
Phelan's going to
To be fair, I asked them not to leave us. I was
They
traumatized.
are looking very intently at Kalina.
mm,
Yes?
Phelan's going to
Tilt's
look at
head.
All three of them
Princess
hold
in her
their hand
hands.
out.
Hand out.
They want good. They want
oh.
good berries.
Oh, I thought we were doing breakfast this morning, not good berries.
But you
they
asked us
they
to stay
stayed in
tonight.
exchange for berries. Yep.
Oh, okay. I will cast good berry and give them each a berry.
They all happily accept.
You made a bargain with a fae, and I was already in a trance, so I didn't stop you.
Hey,
Phelan's gonna look
yep.
at Princess that's now in her hands, and she's gonna be like, "When did you get back?"
Oh me. You were awake.
I was.
Yeah, it happened
Yeah.
before sleep.
I know she's
Man,
playing
you have
dumb.
memory of
Oh,
a
okay.
goldfish.
I don't know. I don't remember you coming back.
I don't remember you coming back.
They never left.
I don't ruin my comeback. It was
You
a
need
good
to-
one.
You missed the bacon.
I'm gonna
Ah.
also make sure that Drema has some breakfast.
Drum accepts and nibbles.
Okay.
Phelan's
Thank-
actually going to laugh and then let go of Princess and then do a meh at Princess.
Wiggles his tail feathers at you as he floats away.
So the morning passes without much more incident? Question mark.
I wouldn't really call it an incident, more like Phelan being a little shithead, but you know.
So after breakfast and everything, the
Princess
sun is rising. It's about 9 o'clock or so. Y'all have had your fill and everything else. The
Yep.
trees are still standing.
I
The
left them some breakfast by the trees. I don't know if anything happened to it, but I'll start packing up and leave that there.
I mean, if Princess gets to them, it's gonna be gone before they even notice it.
They're
Princess
for the
doesn't eat.
dryads. Yeah.
Princess doesn't eat
But
though.
Princess likes food.
I gave Princess a seed. Roasted seed. They gave it to Midnight.
Yeah.
I'll hold out a good berry to Princess. If Princess wants one.
I can give it to Midnight. Like I said, I don't actually eat.
It's fine. So yeah, I'll leave the 3 small containers of breakfast by the trees for
Okay.
the dryads.
I think I'll put a good berry on top of each of them.
Gonna add it to their breakfast.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
So y'all
Naya
gonna make
rearranges the breakfast around the good berry to make a nice artistic little forager flower
My way of
out of
saying
the leaves and forage.
my way of saying thank you as well.
With the good berry nestled right
Yep.
front and center.
Yep.
Yeah.
good berries in the middle, like the middle of a
The
flower.
crowning
with
jewel.
all the
Right,
leaves and everything
exactly.
around it.
Exactly.
Shall we go?
The tree
Naya-
shake.
Yeah. Picking up.
Good
That
luck. Good luck with your
means-
concentration.
Yes.
I think we should leave before we overstay our welcome. Yes.
Right?
We should get going.
Wait, what was one shake? Yes and
One
no.
one shake is
No,
yes.
here we go again.
I'm gonna
We
place
should
my
leave.
I'm gonna place one hand on one of the trees and say, "Good luck on your concentration."
You weren't even awake for that part.
The tree shakes.
It's about to have an aneurysm.
They're having to put all their energy into this. I'm sorry.
If it's not the party being a shithead to Princess, it's the tree talking to Princess.
Wait until Princess meets a fox.
Oh God.
Oh, you
Poor
did.
Princess. Their little head's gonna explode.
I mean, just don't tell Princess that they have no clue what Princess has been saying this whole time.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh yeah, 'cause common.
Yep. I wasn't gonna say anything.
He could technically have been sort of talking in Sylvan, probably broken Sylvan,
Yeah, it's fine.
which is being translated to him through
Hmm.
Midnight.
So Naya is gonna walk over to Drema and Good Boy, and now that everything is packed up, be like, "Okay, are y'all ready to head off?"
I
Yeah.
am. Oh, look at the sprites.
Good boy seems quite excited with the tail wagging and the big old broad shoulders. Good boy is a big good boy.
Naya's gonna
Trina
give him
simply
some
nods her
good
head.
ear scritches.
He leans down so you can scritch his ears.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big old boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big boy.
Naya's gonna look behind her to make sure that Phelan's not staying behind, is aware that we're leaving.
Yeah, she's walking behind you guys in her
Okay.
sword way like usual, but you guys are used to Phelan being like outcast. Not outcast, but you know.
Midnight's gonna fly like to the tree line, maybe a little farther in, just to make sure there's no like ambush in the tree line.
Okay.
Midnight can
Just a
fly.
quick scout. Or Princess.
So where are the crowns at midnight?
He
The
said in
crowns?
bag.
Yeah, in my bag.
Okay. So it's quite a sunny morning, and there's beams of light coming down through the canopy, and y'all are going to head out of the enclosure here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all head out. You take a tentative step into the light, and nothing falls on your heads.
Yay!
Yay!
So you can make it. Go ahead.
Midnight probably would pull the reeds out of the bag and show them to Kalina or something. since she hasn't actually shown them to anyone yet.
While we're walking?
Yeah, while we're walking.
And we're walking.
Where did you get those, Midnight?
Same box as the ring and boots.
And you took them why?
Because they were pretty.
I'm just gonna facepalm.
All to palm.
Why do you take the flowers?
For my collection.
Because they're pretty.
No.
I feel like Kalina and Midnight
Insight.
are constantly at each other's throats. My stars.
Naya's just walking. She's just going.
Yep. City
Kalen's
Hall.
also walking, which just means that she ends up in front of them, which is funny.
Well, I just wanted to ask, what are the odds that these are cursed too?
Considering the hag said them, probably likely.
So you
Right.
continue walking.
Yep.
Yep.
You go through. Nothing really stops your travel. You get back to the crossroad and see a rather tall Trent that's looking around, and it leans down and says, "I'm so very sorry," in a very slow, drawn out voice. And he seems very apologetic for having done what he did.
Grandfather Oak?
Yes.
No, I was saying that to him.
You want a wreath?
Okay. I love you guys, but I gotta skedaddle.
Take care.
Bye.
Love y'alls. Bye.
Bye.
Beef.
Can I try and check if these wreaths are cursed?
You can. It's an Arcana check.
You can't tell, I don't think.
You want a wreath? And hold one up to the Trient. I found them myself.
He says no. Too small.
Right. Probably wouldn't even fit your root. Huh.
In my head, you said that, and all I thought was, there's a "that's what she said" joke in there somewhere.
Naya will reach out and put a hand gently near his bark, but not touching,
Uh-huh.
and will cast a first level healing word. Second level healing word. Second level. Why not?
Aw. You helping him from where y'all hurt him so bad, even though you barely hurt him.
I promised.
Yep, you did.
I keep my promises.
I tried.
So
He
8.
leans down, and from the canopy of his leaves, you see what appears to be some kind of limb sticking out that wiggles.
Okay.
As he's offering it to you. Please take.
Naya will
Oh.
accept
Okay.
and look at
You
it.
hold on to it, and he lifts up his bow, and in your hand you now have a long staff with a sharp point on the bottom, and it's covered in flowers.
Naya's gonna take one look at the flowers and look at Kalina and just hand it there.
I'll look at it, I look at Naya, my eyes super wide, and be like, really? I'll tentatively grab it and then just like shy
You
away.
should trade her the boots.
They were really nice leafy boots.
I'll pull out the boots out of the bag. You want these instead, Naya?
Yeah.
I will hand them over.
Okay.
But would I know what this wand is?
as a druid and the type of druid circle that you are, most definitely. Most definitely. If I could spit the word out.
I'll just snuggle the wand super happily.
Okay.
Everybody's probably wondering why I'm all of a sudden just like super.
You mentioned it earlier on stream. They heard.
Yeah.
No, I meant like the actual party. They're probably wondering why all of a sudden I am snuggling a wand. Or
Naya
a
just
staff.
saw flowers and like this
Again,
seems
there's a that's what she
yeah.
said joke in there somewhere.
I am. Yep.
Should we leave you two alone for a minute?
I know exactly what this is. Nana used to have one.
Yep.
Naya just saw flowers and was like, I think Kalina would like this more.
So yes, that is a. You know what that is, so feel free to add that to your character sheet.
Yep.
So y'all going to continue on.
Unless
Yes.
the treant
You
has
are at
anything
the
else to say.
crossroad. Do y'all want to head toward Banrion or towards out?
Banrion.
Banyan.
Let's head towards Banrion. She said she was expecting us. It would be rude to not show up.
Okay. So you're traveling through the way that the sprites said to go. The sprites are actually there to direct you now, so it's quite easy to find your way. And then they say it's just over the clock tower. And
Clock tower.
you end up at a clearing that appears to be like the ruins of some town that's like nestled up against the edge of the mountain. And this is what you see.
Princess is gonna do an overhead scan.
Clock tower is crumbled across a rift.
It's about time for us to wrap up, so we may end up wrapping
That's
up
why
on
I
this
was
map.
getting here. So you end up at the clearing there with a building on your left, a fallen clock tower across a rather large ravine, and that's where we will go ahead and call it.
Okay. Well,
So
thank you very much for the game time.
Thanks everybody for stopping by for this 17th session. I know there was lots of talking, but that's kind of what happens when there's no combat. So
I
hope
mean, there was a
everybody
lot that needed to be informed of.
Yep.
We had dryads to meet and greet, and we got to hear
Yeah.
all the lore.
Yep, so I
And a
hope
return of
everybody had fun.
princess.
And we
return of
finally got an answer about Banrion not being a he.
the tree
We got there.
Princess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Princess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although I'm still not sure if it's blueprints or like paw prints.
The tree shakes. So thank you all.
Screw you.
Bye bye all the cats.
Bye.